Bucs down 7-0. Third down in scoring territory. It's Brady. It's Mike Evans. It's Mike Evans. Physical. Dragging Troy Hill all the way to the end zone. Touchdown. Bucs tie the game at 7. Later in the second, it's Goff looking to answer. Down 14-7. Not anymore. Van Jefferson takes it in for his first career touchdown. We're tied at 14. Rams kick a field goal before the half at 17-14. Now, the Rams, third quarter. Goff picked by Jason Pierre-Paul, setting up a Tampa field goal. We're tied at 17. Good game. Later in the quarter, same score. Bucs a 1st and 10. Tom Brady back to throw. Tom Brady, what? Jordan Fuller brings it back 37 yards. Where was that one going? Brady's 8th interception of the season, as many as he had all of last year. Ensuing Rams drive, 2nd and goal at the 4. It's Goff. Cam Akers' first touchdown. Brady's mistake gives the Rams a 24-17 lead. Fourth quarter, same score. Rams, 2nd and 16. Got about 7 and change to play. The one thing Goff can't do is turn it over. The one thing Goff can't do is turn it over. Picked off by Jordan Whitehead. Goff's 2nd interception of the day. The Bucs defense coming up big, and they're rowing the boat. Could they row it home? Bucs looking to make it pay. In the red zone. This time it's Godwin. Chris Godwin flies through the air with the greatest of ease. What a great view from the pylon cam here. He takes it in. We're tied at 24. Ensuing drive. Just over 3 minutes left in the game. We got a 3rd and 1 for Goff. His favorite target all night long was Cooper Kupp. Kupp had 11 catches, 145 yards, 19 of them there, putting his team in field goal range. Oh, irony. Matt Gay, originally drafted by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, out here to try and blast one against his former team, and it's good from 40 yards away, so the Rams go up 27-24. But they left time on the clock for Tom Brady, who has led 47 game-winning drives in the fourth quarter or overtime in his career. But then, oh my goodness, what did he do? He just floats that. Fuller there for another interception, and that's how it ends. The Rams win at 27-24. Tough night, Tampa Tom.
Brady's made a career out of moments like that. Why do you think he hasn't played his best football against the better teams in the NFC so far?
Still trying to figure that out. I mean, at times we look really, really good, and then there are times when we obviously don't. I felt very, very comfortable in the 2-minute drive until that throw.
We've had some chances, definitely, and receivers are doing a great job, and I got to get them the ball, so got to figure out how to do that.
I can see the look on his face. Brady struggling to get it downfield when throwing 15 yards downfield or more. This was easily his worst game of the year. 1 for 9 in those situations with 2 picks. This year, when he has a completion percentage of 45% on those throws, the team is 7-0. When it's below that number, they're 0-4. So the struggles really continue. And let's bring the crew in here. And Jeff Saturday, I'm starting with you. I don't know that anyone in America didn't think when Brady ran out of that field at the end of that game that he was going to find a way to win it. What did you see from him there and all night?
Yeah, he can't make the plays that the team needs for him to make, and he proved that last night. When Bruce Arians was talking about how comfortable he is going into that, I'm not really sure why. I mean, there were plays early in the game that showed you that he really wasn't on point, and I'll show you the plays I'm talking about. Listen, this is one-on-one coverage. You have your best guy, Evans, on Ramsey. He throws the ball out of bounds, Greeny. I mean, look, at least give your guy a shot to make this play, the first true deep ball, and then you throw it out of bounds. That does not give me a ton of confidence. And then right here, this is out in the left flats. I mean, this looks like me throwing it from third base to first base, right? I'm hitting the freaking pitcher mound. I mean, how bad is that? This is not a guy that, I mean, like when you just talked about it, he was 0 for 6 on those throws of 20 yards or more last night. He's getting back to that point where he's not making the throws. There's no confidence in those deep balls. This offense has to have those plays if they want to be successful in the playoffs.
It felt like a little bit of a shocker there. Greg, through a quarterback's eyes, what did you see?
Oh, Brady, guys, it was not good from him by any stretch. But part of the problem is the fact that the pressure that they were applying up front along the defensive line was absolutely atrocious. I mean, he has guys in his lap, and he used to be able to pull off those throws that you just talked about, even with guys in his lap. Look, the storybook on Brady has always been, hey, move him off the spot, see if you can hit him. He's going to be a different guy if you could do both those things. Well, he used to still be able to execute those throws maybe half the time. Now, he misses a throw, he has to adjust his arm angle, and it's brutal. But you look at the third quarter, guys. first 20 plays of the game, really nice. The third quarter, y'all, I thought I was watching the Chicago Bears.
Ooh.
It was absolutely atrocious offensively. The plan was bad. They weren't smart with protections. Brady had no opportunities. And as soon as they took Jalen Ramsey and put him on Mike Evans, they ramped up the physicality that you saw from the Rams secondary. And they had absolutely no answer. I just really hated their second half plan and their inability to make adjustments. Brady was off the mark. Bruce Arians was off the mark. The receivers couldn't separate and the offensive line couldn't protect. But other than that, it was a pretty solid night.
Great. So I'm thinking back over the course of the season, the primetime games they've had this year. They lose to the Bears on a Thursday night. They get obliterated by New Orleans. They barely beat the Giants. They may have gotten a fortunate bad call at the end to hold on. And then last night they lose here. And Dan Graziano, you were telling me that you were texting with some scouts and others watching. What were they telling you they were seeing?
Yeah, one thing that stood out to me, somebody said that the Buccaneers coaches are not doing a good enough job on early downs of putting the Bucs in position to avoid third and long, and that they're impatient on offense and it's just pure drop back, and they just didn't see a lot of creativity from them. So I think people are surprised by that, because you think about Bruce Arians as a guy that can be creative on offense and put his guys in position to succeed, but the thought around the league is maybe they're just not doing enough and asking maybe a little too much of Tom Brady to just drop back from center and fire it downfield over and over again. I mean, you're watching the Rams doing pre-snap motion all night, and you really don't see much of that from Tampa Bay. And I think people are surprised that there's not more interesting elements to that offense.
So, Jeff, let's talk about that. As you're watching it, how much of it is players and how much of it is plays? How much of it is Brady and how much of it is what they're not doing right to put him in a position to succeed?
Well, I think Dan makes a great point about putting them in the position. But at the end of the day, when the plays are there to be made, you have to make them. And the underthrows for the interceptions that Brady is doing, it's one thing to miss a throw. It's another thing to turn the ball over, right, and not protect the football. And everybody understands Bruce Arians has always been a 5-step, 7-step, hey, we're going to chuck that thing down the field and